For Denver quarterback Greg Morton, an 18-year veteran, the players' strike has cost him his starting job. Steve DeBerg, when healthy, set all sorts of records at San Francisco. Now head coach Dan Reeves says, he's my quarterback. DeBerg against San Diego last week finds Rick Upchurch for 15 yards. But the Broncos turned the ball over 5 times and lost 30-20. The last time Steve Bartkowski faced the Broncos, he completed 20 of 29, 2 for touchdowns. Always looking for Alfred Jenkins, Bartkowski now finds Alfred Jackson his favorite wide receiver. It's Denver's back against the wall at 1-3 versus Atlanta at 2-2 here on CBS.
CBS Sports presents the National Football League. Today, the Atlanta Falcons against the Denver Broncos.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's just a lovely day for football here in Denver, Colorado, with the temperature at 45 degrees, the wind at 8 miles an hour, and the grass playing field in very good shape. 8 teams from each conference will make it to the Super Bowl tournament. So you see the Atlanta Falcons in pretty good shape at 2-2 in the NFC. Over in the AFC, we do not see the Denver Broncos listed among the top 8. And here is the reason why. They have won only 1 and lost 3 while playing some very tough teams. It's a must-win situation for them. Hi, everyone. I'm Jack Buck with Hank Stram. Hank, this is a game where punt returns may play a very vital role.
Well, Jack, Billy White Shoes Johnson is leading his conference with a 16-plus average and can break up a game anytime. Upchurch is the very same kind of a runner for the Denver Broncos, so they can make the sparks fly, and anything can happen when they get their hands on the ball.
It'll be fun to watch them. As we visited with the Atlanta people, we find out that their linebacking core is in very bad shape.
Buddy Curry, Richardson, and Kuykendall did not practice all week long. Now, that could be good or it could be bad. It's going to be interesting to see how that does affect or doesn't affect the play of the defensive secondary and defense of the Atlanta Falcons.
But the big story for these hometown fans is Steve DeBerg now at quarterback.
Yes, and Steve was a regular quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers for an extended period of time. Started last week against the San Diego Chargers, completed 68% of his passes, threw 1 touchdown pass. They're excited about what he might add as a dimension to this Denver Bronco football team.
And the Denver Broncos have won the toss. Wade Manning is the deep man along with Gerald Wilhite, and Mick Luckhurst will kick it off to start the game. This should be a lot of fun, and this is a live crowd. More than 75,000. No shows here today. Oh, there'll be some. But they want to see this football game, and the Broncos, as we indicated, are really up against the wall. Here we go, and we hope you enjoy it. Luckhurst kicks it. It's a line drive, and it sails into and out of the end zone over the head of Wade Manning. It'll come out to the 20-yard line. So we'll get an early look at Steve DeBerg. And here is the offensive alignment for the home-standing Broncos. Gerald Wilhite is in the backfield with DeBerg, along with Rick Parros. And the wide receivers, Rick Upchurch and Steve Watson. They want to get the ball to Watson a little more. Riley Odom's the tight end, with Miner, Glassick, Bryan, Studdard, and Lanier on the offensive line. And the offensive line of the Denver Broncos is getting better all the time. Steve DeBerg thus far this year with a great percentage. But he's had 4 picked off, and turnovers have been the bane of the early existence of the Broncos this year. The I formation. Here is a toss to the tailback, Wilhite. And Wilhite got outside, and that's what they want him to do. He got 4 yards before Joel Williams, the linebacker, got to him. And speaking of the Atlanta defense, here they are up front with their 3-man front. Jeff Yates, Don Smith, Jeff Murrow. 4 linebackers, Richardson, Kuykendall, Curry, and Williams. And the deep backs are Butler and Johnson on the corners, with Glazebrook and Pridemore at the safety spots, and Pridemore is not up to full speed today.
Yeah, he's had a little trouble with a neck problem, but he's playing, and of course he's such a great competitor. He'll be in there as long as he can possibly play. You can look for Denver to throw in front of those corners often.
Like that, and it's complete out to the 30-yard line for a first down, just like that, eh?
Yeah, they play very deep. They're very careful. They don't want people to get behind them. And so one thing that's very important, they have to be patient and throw in front. There you see.
Wilhite going out to get it and getting a first down.
Yes, stops right in front of the defensive back, makes the catch, and picks up the necessary yardage for the first down. But we'll see a lot of that during the course of this game, I'm sure. Here's Lehman Bennett. We talked to Lehman yesterday, and of course he is concerned about his football team especially because of the injuries to his linebackers.
And the Broncos have a first down at their own 32-yard line. Motion by Odoms. Here's a toss to Wilhite. Trying to get right. He's going to throw the ball. Throws downfield. Wide open. Watson caught it. Out of bounds. Incomplete. Wilhite threw the ball, and Watson caught it out of bounds. There is no argument except from the crowd. They wanted that first down around the 35-yard line.
Watson gets off, goes to the inside, and then he breaks to the outside, goes behind the defensive back. He's wide open, and I think Wilhite was trying to aim the ball to him, took a little bit more time than he should have, and for that reason threw it out of bounds. But he looked like he ran right out of the bleachers.
They had a replay here, and you could hear the fans booing. It was pretty close, but the official was quite definite about the call. It's at the 32, and it is second down. Split backs now. Fumble, and who has it? A wild scramble for the ball as DeBerg left the scene a little too quickly. The Atlanta players think they have it, and it still belongs to Denver, however. And now one other official says, no, let's go the other way, and they give the ball to the Atlanta Falcons. Jeff Murrow recovered the fumble for the Falcons.
Well, that's a great way to start for the Atlanta Falcons and bad for the Denver Broncos. Here you see DeBerg back away from the center a little bit too soon. The ball is bouncing around but down below, and it's finally recovered by the Atlanta Falcons, and they have great field position. First and 10 on the plus 31.
Bartkowski is the quarterback, and Kane is in motion now with Andrews the setback from the 31. Long snap count by Bartkowski. Andrews looking for a place to go. Gets worthwhile yardage, about 4 yards down near the 27-yard line. Tackled by Reuben Carter, the nose guard. We'll check the offense for the visiting Atlanta team. Steve Bartkowski is the quarterback. Lynn Kane, William Andrews, the running backs. Alfred Jenkins, Alfred Jackson, the wide receivers. The tight end is Junior Miller. Good offensive line. Mike Ken, Pat Howell, Jeff Van Note, R.C. Thielman, Warren Bryant. They've been around for a while. They didn't perform well in the early part of the year. They did well against the Rams, but not so well last week against St. Louis. Second down, and the pass play by Bartkowski. And to the sideline, out of bounds, incomplete. It would have been first down yardage, but the coverage was by Aaron Kyle as he got the ball out to the little guy, Alfred Jenkins, who weighs only 155.
But he plays like he's 195. He's a great player, terrific receiver. The ball, he didn't give himself enough room that time. It was a play action fake. Let's go to the defense.
The defense of the Broncos, they use a three-man front with Barney Chavis, Reuben Carter, Rulon Jones. The linebackers, Ryan, Evans, Gradishar, and Jackson, and the deep backs are Wright, Kyle Smith, and Harton. And now the fifth back has been added, J.T. Thomas. And the fourth rush man is Greg Boyd. Pass play, Bartkowski, third down over the middle. It's caught for a first down inside the 15-yard line. And it was Jenkins that time. And a first down very close to the 10. Let's watch him.
Jenkins comes off the ball. He gets knocked at the line of scrimmage. Bump and run with Louis Wright. He gets turned around, gets to the inside. The ball is right on the numbers. A beautiful catch by Jenkins and a great throw by Bartkowski.
They mark the ball down at the 9. It's first and goal. All of this after the fumble, and that's what's been murdering the Broncos all season long.
I'm sure we're going to see a lot of the receivers working on Aaron Kyle, number 22, the right cornerback, as we progress during the course of this game.
That was the 9th fumble that Denver has lost so far this year. Here's Andrews. He got only a yard down to the 8-yard line. Filing on his back with Randy Gradishar. And it'll be second and goal from the 8. 11:30 remaining in the first quarter. No score. The Broncos received the kickoff, and then they fumbled the ball. DeBerg fumbled the takeaway from center. Now the Falcons are knocking at the door.
Another shot at Lehman Bennett. He said he wanted to get a balanced attack to run and pass as evenly as possible. They come into the game with 31 runs and 33 passes per game.
Billy Johnson is in as a wide receiver for Atlanta, their third wide receiver. And they delay the ball to Andrews. He's to the 5. He is over for a touchdown. A touchdown for Andrews for 8 yards away. And I know, Hank, you love that draw and screen from that spot on the field.
Yeah, especially about the 8-yard line. In that area, everybody responds so quickly to the pass responsibilities, and by the time they recover, you're in the end zone for the touchdown. Here's a great look at it right here from another angle. A trap by the left guard coming through the hole, and of course Andrews does a great job. Terrific leverage, gets good and low, uses his shoulder pads in good shape. Pat Howell, number 64, led the play. Touchdown, Atlanta Falcons.
And we have a player injured on the field, and so the clock is stopped at the moment with 11:05 left in the first quarter. You saw that one man doesn't tackle William Andrews very easily. You've got to get him low. That's Gradishar who's shaken up, and that's bad news for the Broncos. He's pulling himself back together and on his feet. They love him here. What a fine player he is.
He is. He's a great player. No question about that. And another great player is Andrews. He's terrific. He's not that big for a fullback, but boy, he really makes things happen. Great leverage, good lean, good receiver, and also an excellent blocker.
With the second string quarterback Mike Morosky out of California, Davis holding the ball. Mick Luckhurst, who is 9 out of 10, left-footed kicker from England, soccer style, makes it 7-0. With 11:05 left in the first quarter, Gene Barth, the referee, calls a timeout after recovering from a fumble. It didn't take the Falcons very long, and I wonder if the Broncos can bounce back.
Some things speak for themselves.
About 12 years ago, just after Honda invented the first ATC three-wheeler, we invented the second, and the first three-wheeler race was on. Since then, every major three-wheeler race ever run has been won by one machine, the Honda ATC. But that figures. Just look at the head start we had.
Follow the leader. He's on a Honda.
Well, it didn't take long, and after recovering the fumble, the long pass to Alfred Jenkins set it up, first and goal at the 9, and then they went 5 plays, 31 yards, 2 minutes, 11 seconds, and back to Luckhurst. He'll kick it off. The deep men, Gerald Wilhite and Wade Manning. Wilhite, number 47. Luckhurst was married back on November 23rd. He just added the extra point, and he'll kick off for the second time in this game. Ideal conditions here in Denver. Another booming kick deep into the end zone to Manning, and because he was about 8 yards deep, he downs the ball. It'll come out to the 20-yard line. Hank Stram, they don't like you out here in Denver. You know that? I checked around. They just plain don't like you.
No, I think that's just your opinion.
Kansas City used to beat the daylights out of them. Next Saturday, the NFL Today commences at 12 o'clock Eastern time, and then the Eagles, who just lost to St. Louis today, take on the Giants, and the Giants have Rob Carpenter back. The Eagles will be fighting for their lives because they're now 1-4.
Yeah, we're looking forward to doing that game in New York on Saturday, and it should be a good game, really.
That's next Saturday here on CBS. Once again, the Broncos start from their 20-yard line. Taros in the backfield with Wilhite. And the pass, Watson all alone. 30, 35, 40, 45 midfield. Big play inside the 40-yard line. What a big play that was. Hank, where was everybody?
I can't believe the way the defensive secondary and the linebackers took a sniff of the took a sniff of the fake to the outside. Watch it. He fakes right. Everybody goes right side. Butler, number 23, who was supposed to be playing on the left corner, ran way to the inside. There was nobody there. Pridemore missed the tackle in the open field. They finally get him, but not until after he makes a big play. Paul Davis, 59, made the tackle.
10:20 left in the quarter. That was a 41-yard gain, and it brings the crowd to life. Broncos are trailing 7-0. Here is Will Height at a big hole. That fellow, they told us, and that's the first time I've seen him run, runs with abandon. He got 8 yards down to the 31. Tom Pridemore tackled him. They say he throws his body around, Hank.
Well, you know what he does? He reminds you an awful lot of Terry Metcalf in his prime. Very much the same kind of runner. Here's a replay. Here we see it's a counter play. Will Height going through a big hole. Good block at the point of attack. And he's a rookie. Gerald Will Height, 5'10", 200 from San Jose State.
He got 8 yards, and it's 2nd down and 2 from the 31. 2 tight ends. Odom's, or 1 tight end. Now they're both in there with Egloff, and a running play gives them very close to a first down with Sammy Winder carrying the ball, a rookie out of southern Mississippi. That was close enough for the referee perhaps to call for a measurement, and Joel Williams was the tackler. Hank, as you look at it again, what about that linebacking core of the Falcons?
Well, everybody's playing with the exception of Richardson, and Paul Davis is occupying that position, number 59. There's no question about the fact that you miss a player like Richardson. He has such tremendous speed and quickness that no question you really miss him when he's not in the game.
Ball is at the 29, and it is short. It'll be 3rd down and inches. The 3rd tight end, Jim Wright, comes in. And it'll be 3rd and inches for the Broncos.
It's really a good time for a play-action pass, Jack. It really is, because you still have another down to get the inches, and you might come away with a big play if they take the bait of the play-action fake.
Odoms, Egloff, and Wright. 3 tight ends are in there with Egloff on a wing. They're in the I formation. And the quarterback sneak by DeBerg gets him a first down. He's 6'3", 205. Got the first down for the Broncos. Don Smith, the nose guard, led the defensive charge. Here we have a lot of final scores for you, and here's one of them right now. Miami bounces back after losing, winning 22-14 over the Vikings. And the Cardinals defeated Philadelphia 23-20 in Philadelphia today. First down now at the 27. Egloff sets up as a wing on the right side. And a first down pass play. Watson is hauled down by Pridemore along with Kenny Johnson over there. Johnson, the primary tackler. They've been wanting to get the ball to Watson a good deal more than they have in the past. Here are some more scores for you. A final, Tampa Bay defeats New Orleans 13-10. New Orleans is now 3-2, Tampa Bay 2-3, and Green Bay wins again 33-21 over Buffalo. Buffalo's 3-2 and Green Bay is 3-2. Another final, the Giants defeated Houston 17-14. They have Rob Carpenter back in their lineup, and you'll see him in action next Saturday on CBS. 2nd down, a delay to Will Height inside the 20, and he hurdles down hurdles to the 17-yard line, close to a first down. It'll be 3rd and 1, and he's fun to watch, isn't he?
Oh, he's exciting. This is just a draw play. Starts inside, almost fell, broke to the outside, but I tell you, he really makes linebackers and defensive people miss tackles. He's exciting, as you say. It
is 3rd down and 1. The ball is at the 18-yard line of the Falcons, who lead 7-0. 7:15 left in the first quarter, clock running. Odoms and Egloff are the 2 tight ends. Will Height and Parros in the backfield. Will Height goes in motion. A toss to Parros, running right, and he gets the first down. He is at the 14-yard line. A first down for the Broncos, and this is turning into a very impressive drive. Tackled first by Paul Davis. He got the help he needed then. And Pridemore came up to help out. The Broncos, and Pridemore has a bad neck, is down on one knee out there. He's just tying his shoelace. We've been keeping a close eye on him because we knew he wasn't full speed. The Broncos now have the elements to get them outside, Hank.
Yeah, they really do, and they take good advantage of it. And talking to Jerry Glanville before the game, he said the one guy they had to stop from a running standpoint Here's Rick Peros.
There's the pass, wide open, first and goal, and Big Riley went up and got that one. Riley Odoms got it, and Bob Glazebrook tackled him. We saw Odoms yesterday. We thought he was a little bit overweight, but he's a horse and tough to tackle.
Well, it's tough for an older player, especially a tight end like he is, to stay in shape like a younger player. He weighs about 250, I think, Jack, but he makes a great play here on a play-action fake coming across, and he makes the reception. The ball's on about the 3.
And DeBerg is 4 out of 4, 65 yards. It's first and goal at the 2. Here is a toss to Winder, sliding, 2 and over, touchdown. Well, they've got some good backs on this Bronco team. That makes it 7-6. And for Sammy Winder, that's his first professional touchdown. His first pro touchdown for Sammy Winder, the rookie out of Southern Mississippi.
Yes, and can he fly? They tossed the ball to him with a front handoff. And there he goes to the outside. Peros is out in front blocking.
And so Jackson, the linebacker, tried to bring him down, but too late.
And so does Egloff, number 85, the tight end. Here we see it again. Running to the outside, has good control of the ball. The ball just hits the plane, and it's touchdown, Denver Broncos.
The extra point try by Rich Carlos. It is good. That ties it up at 7-7. Carlos, the second-year man out of Cincinnati, gets the extra point. We're off to a roaring start here in Denver.
These sheep produce some of the world's finest wool. Wool for luxurious fabrics used by the internationally known maker of menswear, Hager. For fine-fitting slacks and sport coats like these from Imperial by Hager, rich pure wools have been selected. Why does Hager choose fabrics of this quality? Because Hager wants you to look and feel your best.
A special Christmas gift from Radio Shack, the TRS-80 color computer at $100 off.
Instant loading program packs turn our color TV into a game arcade.
The color computer is also an education center.
There are over 30 games available.
And it's perfect for home management.
She's right. With a programmable, expandable computer, you can do more than just play games. Why, our son's even learning how to program.
Save $100 on the TRS-80 color computer, only at Radio Shack, the computer experts.
9 plays to go 80 yards, and the Broncos kept the ball for 527. The big play was the pass play to Watson down to the Falcons' 39-yard line, a 41-yard pickup. Carlos, barefoot boy, will kick it off here, and the deepest man for the Falcons is Reggie Brown, a rookie out of Oregon. His kick return average, 20 yards plus. Sunny day, great conditions for the contest.
I can't remember seeing anybody chase a fake as much as Atlanta did on that fake screen.
Here Carlos boots it deep into the end zone. They better cover that ball, and they do. It's a touchback. It'll come out to the 20-yard line. That ball was knuckling a little bit. Next Sunday here on CBS, you folks watching this game will see one of 2 games, either Washington at St. Louis, and the Cardinals have won their 3rd game. They show they're a force to be reckoned with, and at this moment the Redskins are undefeated, or New Orleans, which lost today, and Atlanta, and who knows how this game will turn out. So that will be close competition next Sunday here on CBS. From the 20, Bartkowski directs his team for the second time, and gives to Lynn Kane. He's going, he broke tackles and came out for about 5 yards. I saw that Gradishar is back in there after being injured earlier.
Yeah, Steve Wilson, number 45, is playing the corner for Aaron Kyle, number 22.
Mike Hardnett and Larry Evans made the tackle. This telecast, presented by authority of the National Football League, intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Denver Broncos and the National Football League is prohibited. 2nd and 5, and the up back Andrews is slammed down. It'll be 3rd down and 4. Rulon Jones made the first hit. He's number 75. They tell us that Rulon is the best defensive lineman, the best pass rusher of the Denver Broncos.
He's strong. He really comes. He's coming all the time. Takes a good, strong outside rush, but on occasions he'll change the pace and go inside, and that's why he's so effective.
Denver Broncos rank last against the pass. So they've had their troubles back there. They have some good athletes back there, and we'll tell you about them as we go along. 3rd and 4. Bartkowski going to put it up. He rushed and snapped back at the 15-yard line. Rushing through is Barney Chavis and
Dennis
the
Smith.
safety man, Dennis Smith. Smith is number 49, and he is something to talk about.
They like him. Here we see him. Bartkowski going back into the pocket, coming inside. There you see on the outside, 49, Dennis Smith, making the tackle.
Out of Southern Cal, and it is punting time for Dave Smigelski, the rookie kicker. He'll touch it off at the 5. Back to get it is Upchurch. He'll have a chance to return it from the 35 to the 40 to the 45 to midfield. He is something. And the Broncos have the ball at midfield as they get it for the 3rd time. They fumbled the first time, scored the next time. 50-yard punt, 15-yard return. It's at midfield.
Meet John Hybrid III and his family. Not much personality, but gluttons for punishment. These scientifically advanced lifelike dummies are helping General Motors lead the industry in safety-related research by demonstrating how the human body withstands force.
And you think you've had some tough days.
We're living up to our commitment. Right now, today, we're the best GM ever.
A lot of business systems promise to save you money managing your lighting.
Just follow the phone lines.
And save you money controlling your air conditioning.
Follow the phone lines.
And even save you money on your heating.
We're following the phone lines.
But consider energy management from Bell.
And this system operates right on your existing telephone lines.
It's part of a dimension system, so it not only saves up to 20% a year on energy, it saves on installation too. The knowledge business.
We have an injured player. We won't hazard a guess as to who it is. Hank, we showed that stat earlier with regard to the Broncos and how poor they were against the pass, but there's some reasons for that.
Yeah, I think so. I think you have to qualify that by saying they played San Diego twice and they played the San Francisco 49ers once. And, you know, the way they throw the football, why you're going to have a lot of trouble slowing them down and keeping them from making a lot of yardage. They're not nearly as bad as their record would indicate. I'm talking about the statistical record. They're much, much better. They've got some excellent athletes back in the secondary, and I think from here on in, they'll prove to be a very outstanding defensive team. Joe Collier, year in and year out, produces one of the very fine defensive teams in the National Football League, and I'm sure that they'll recapture what they lost earlier. Here we see Dan Reeves. We had a great visit with him and Craig Morton yesterday out of practice. He's a very personable guy. Here's Lehman Bennett, worried about the field position at this particular time that his defensive team is in. But both were very cordial and very excited about playing this game, both of whom, of course, felt they had to win it, and, of course, that's natural.
I haven't had a chance to talk to you about the officials. The referee is Gene Barth, the umpire Bob Boylston, Burl Toller, the head linesman, line judge is Jack Johnson, Jimmy Rosser, the back judge, side judge is Gerald Austin, and the field judge is Fritz Graff, father of 10. The injured player is a wide receiver, Hodge. We think that's who it is. I'm having a tough time seeing his number up here. Floyd Hodge, the second-year man out of Utah. 3:43 left in the first quarter. We are tied 7-7. No, that's
is that Jackson?
No, that's Curran. Curran. Willie Curran, the rookie from UCLA.
Here's a shot of it right here.
Plenty of action there, wasn't there?
Yeah, a lot of folks around the ball, and he got a good hit.
Watch it on the right-hand side of your screen. He's a rookie out of UCLA, number 89. He comes sliding in, and he gets buried by one of his own men.
Yeah, that's what happened, a collision of the headgears by his own teammate, and that's what created the problem.
They're taking him right to the dressing room, by the way.
Yeah, Willie Curran, number 89.
Now the Broncos have scored the last time they have the ball. Have it at midfield following the punt return by Upchurch. Steve Watson goes to the right side. And the receiver Upchurch is to the left. Odoms is on a wing, and now he's in motion. And a pass play on first down by DeBerg. The right sideline, and coming back, it's incomplete. Trying to get the ball to Watson. Well, it worked once. They thought they'd try it again.
That's the thing about a play-action fake. You have to make sure that you give yourself enough room on the sideline because it takes a little bit more time to exercise the fake, and by the time the ball is thrown, sometimes you run out of room, and that's what happened on the last play. He had Butler turn. He had Butler turn in the play. Look at this. Pittsburgh 35, Kansas City 14.
Steelers are now 4-1. That's the first pass that DeBerg has missed. Here's another final. The Bears defeated New England 26-13. Second and 10, and the draw play. And it's good for only about 3, and then the ball was shaken loose, but the play whistle dead, and now we have another player shaken up. Is Claudie Miner, the left tackle of the Broncos. He is down. Paul Davis made that tackle.
Did you see the
carried by
linebacker?
Rick Parris.
Did you see the linebackers and the defense go after the ball carrier that time? There must have been seven Falcons around that ball, and that's the way they play defense. Boy, they really do a good job.
That's their trademark. They go after the ball, and for that reason, some teams like to use reverses and other plays against them.
Well, that's why that first play was so successful. They faked going to the left, and everybody took a little whiff of the fake, and for that reason, Watson was wide open and ran right down the sideline for a big play.
They are tending to Claudie Miner, the left offensive tackle. There's Dan Reeves. He doesn't want to lose him. He'd have to play the rookie Keith Euchre at that position. If Miner is unable to continue, he's going to have to leave for at least one play. 3:30 left in the first quarter. We're tied.
I'm finished.
Change.
I'm not finished. I'm finished.
Take out chart B.
Not finished.
Why put together your documents the hard way?
I'm finished. What?
When IBM has office systems that can revise large documents.
I revised the contracts for the meeting. They're fine, and they're on their way.
And even send them across the country completely collated. Now that's a lot easier, isn't it?
Finished.
Add this.
Delete this.
I'm not finished.
Boxing, soccer, basketball, baseball, football, watch them all. With Rose in hand, you'll have a ball. 'Cause there's no taste like the Rose. Rose, no taste like the Rose. There's no taste like it. Everybody knows there's no taste like the Rose.
Wild Irish Rose wine.
Tuesday, Johnny Cash, a country music legend, a Christmas tradition, returns to Memphis where it all began with Roseanne Cash, Crystal Gale, and Eddie Rabbitt. It's Johnny Cash Tuesday.
That's Claudie Miner being removed, and Keith Euchre, the rookie from Auburn, replaces him at left tackle.
You know, I think we're going to see Riley Odoms catch some balls here as we go along. They're double covering the outside receivers, and justifiably so, because they're such outstanding receivers, have great speed. They're going to gamble a little bit and think that they can cover Odoms, and also the backs should also be very open on the way the coverage has been.
At the Atlanta 47, it is 3rd and 7. And out of the shotgun, DeBerg starts Odoms in motion. Steps up and throws, and it is incomplete down around the 40-yard line. Odoms had gone long down the middle. He tried to get it to Rob Lytle coming out of the backfield, incomplete. And it is 4th down and kicking time for the Broncos and Dan Reeves. Their kicker is Luke Prestridge. He's number 1 in the conference with an average of more than 46 yards a kick, but he didn't kick all week because of a bad leg.
And we talked to him, and he was concerned about it. In fact, he kiddingly said he might have to kick left-footed.
2:58 left in the first quarter. Billy Johnson back to get it. Averaging more than 16 yards per punt return this year.
The last time we talked about a kicker having a problem, it was Nick Luckhurst, and he kicked the longest field goal of his life.
Here's Prestridge hanging it high, short to the sideline. Johnson gets it, stays in bounds, and just barely escaped a hurtling Bronco coming down the field. Chasing downfield for Denver was the linebacker Woodard, and Johnson got out of the way after that 34-yard punt. 2:48 left in the first quarter. We're tied 7-7.
began as a concept called the total car. It has become the totally new Ford LTD. Reshaped, refined, totally redesigned with new comfort, smoothness, with new gas-filled shocks for a remarkable ride. New Ford LTD for 1983. The total car, a totally new driving experience.
Have you driven a Ford lately?
RCA Video Disc. First, we opened your eyes to great entertainment. Now, we're gonna open your ears to stereo sound. Introducing RCA's Stereo Video Disc Player, letting you enjoy great stereo entertainment and movies on your TV tonight. Basic players start at $2.99, stereo higher. RCA's Stereo Video Disc. It'll open your eyes and your ears.
Buy the player now and get Rocky III or Star Trek II or Dumbo free.
The ball is at the Atlanta 15. Hank, does it make a difference kicking here in Denver?
You know, because of the altitude, I think psychologically you think you kick the ball a lot farther, and for that reason, a lot of times you don't kick as well because you try so hard to kick it hard that you make a lot of mistakes.
There's a big delay to Kane, and the pass is intercepted. Intercepted by the Broncos inside the 30 by Mike Harden. It's his second of the year. And the fifth of the year for the Broncos, and Harden is shaken up. More and more players have been injured here. The pass was intended for Junior Miller, the tight end. And then I think he landed on top of Harden, who made the interception.
Let's take a look at it from this angle. Play action fake to Kane. Got plenty of time to throw the ball over the top of the intended receiver, Willie Miller. And the interception is made by Mike Harden, number 31. Played his collegiate football at Michigan.
At the Atlanta 28-yard line. So there's been a turnover for each team. The Broncos fumbled earlier, and now the interception against Bartkowski. And that's the sixth picked off against the Atlanta quarterback this season.
You know, Junior Miller has come into the game with 11 catches. He's really one of the outstanding tight ends in the National Football League.
They were telling us about Harden the other day. He used to be their fifth back, and it really helped their defense. But now that they've lost Foley, and they lost him at the early part of the year, Harden plays a regular free safety spot, and the Broncos have the ball. They've marked it down at the 27 of Atlanta. Barros is in the backfield with Will Height. Odom's on the left side, Upchurch in motion. DeBerg tosses to Will Height. Barros made a pretty good block, and then the tackle was made by the cornerback Kenny Johnson. Modest yards for the Broncos. This Will Height is a package at 5'10", 200 pounds.
Yeah, he looked like he's got the ability to score any place in the football field. He's got lightning speed. And I tell you something, Jack, Kenny Johnson really made a great play that time in the open field, number 37, the right cornerback.
He fought off the block by Rick Parros and then made the tackle. The ball's at the 25-yard line. And no scores are underway. Dallas and Washington. They're in the first quarter playing at Washington. In the fourth quarter, Cincinnati leading Baltimore 20-10. Motion by Watson. Here's a pass play by DeBerg. He screens it out to Parros. Couple of good blocks. First down inside the 15-yard line. The screen pass goes. Fulton Kuykendall first there, along with Kenny Johnson. First down for the Broncos. You like this Bronco team, don't you?
Yeah, they're exciting. They've got a lot of ways to come at you. Here he is, a play action fake, and they fake inside, and then the running back Parros does a good job of acting, goes back on the left side, does a good job of coming inside, has terrific speed, and is finally tackled there by a host of tacklers, one of whom was Clydemore, number 27.
1:50 left in the first quarter. First down at the 14-yard line for the Broncos, and Parros finding room up the middle down to the 10. Got 4 yards on the carry, and Paul Davis tackled him. He's playing the left outside linebacker spot, number 59, in place of Al Richardson, who has a bad knee.
You know, Parros is only 5'11", 200, but he's kind of a splatter runner. He comes at you with a good lean and really gives you a shot, even though he's only a 200-pounder.
1:20 left in the first quarter, clock running. Second down and 6. That's what they told us about all the Denver backs. They all square up and really come to you.
They attack you. That's right. They attack you.
Egloff is on a wing and in motion. On second down, the tailback running with the ball is Winder, picking his way near the 6-yard line before he's driven back by Buddy Curry, number 50, a very active inside linebacker. We have 50 seconds left in the quarter. It's third down for the Broncos. Third down and 3.
I just saw a good picture of Bill Walsh, who was with me at Kansas City for 15 years and one of the outstanding line coaches really in professional football.
76 in your picture is the right tackle, Ken Lanier, out of Florida State, and they think he is terrific.
Yeah, he's big and he's strong. He's 6'3", 269, but they expect him to have a great future.
Into the end zone, touchdown to Watson. Watson ran inside Bobby Butler to catch the ball and put the Broncos on top with 18 seconds left in the first quarter.
Watson timed the pattern perfectly. It looked like he might try to pick the defensive back. As a result, the defensive back stopped for just a second and made him wide open, and Watson, number 81, makes the catch for the touchdown.
For Watson, that's his first touchdown pass of the year. And Carlos will try his second extra point. Ball being held by DeBerg. Only 18 seconds left in the first quarter. It's 14-7 in favor of the Broncos, who fell behind here at the outset by the score of 17-0. I think we may have the same pattern throughout, don't you, Hank, with plenty of scoring before it's over?
I think so, yeah. Both have the capacity to move the ball well and come up with big plays. This game is a long way from being over, and we're going to see a lot of fireworks here, I'm sure, this afternoon.
You saw the Denver mascot. And here are the Broncos. We'll get a line on some of these players who've bitten the dust with injuries early in this game and get an update for you as Carlos will kick it off.
First and 10, as you know, Jack, is a very important down. So far, the Denver Broncos have averaged 9 yards on first and 10. The Atlanta Falcons, 2.5.
As Carlos kicks, the deep man, and averaging 20 yards per return, is Reggie Brown, the rookie from Oregon. Don't write this Atlanta club off in this game because they can do a lot of things, and I'm waiting for a fellow by the name of Gerald Riggs to come into their lineup very shortly. We'll see a lot of him, a rookie out of Arizona State, and he'll have an impact on this game before it's over. Carlos hammers it down to the 3-yard line, and Brown is to the 10, 15, 20, 25, and somebody stopped him cold right there. So the Falcons go from their 26-yard line. The tackle was made by Poole, the running back, Nathan Poole. There's that last scoring drive, 5 plays, 28 yards after the pass interception. And it's 14-7. We have only 9 seconds left in the first quarter. And here's Poole making that tackle. You like that fella?
Yes, he played, really played with my son, Stu, at the University of Louisville. Was a great running back for Louisville, and they like him very much on the specialty teams, and there's an extra fullback here.
Andrews was able to get 2 yards at the most with a power play over the right side, and we see Denver swarming to the ball. Don Latimer, the nose guard, number 72, liked what he did, and that's the end of the first quarter. When we resume, it's going to be second down and 8 for Atlanta from their own 27-yard line, and they're trailing 14-7.
Some things speak for themselves.
The last thing I want is for my boy to get hurt. So I gave him an Norelco. It treats him with tender, loving care. Doesn't nick or cut like blades can, and shaves his face baby smooth. He loves his Norelco, because it cuts down whiskers like Mark Gastineau cuts down quarterbacks.
Right, Mom. I swear by my Norelco.
I wish he wouldn't swear.
Norelco Rotatract. Tough on your beard, not on your face.
Now, there's a steel-belted radial that meets today's driving challenges head-on. The new 72,000-mile Olympian, made by Uniroyal. Olympian's all-season tread takes any weather in stride. Built to outdistance Michelin X and Goodyear Arriva. Now buy 4 Olympians and get a $200 bond from Kmart. Buy 2, get a $100 bond. The Olympian. It goes the distance. The Olympian. Quality by Uniroyal. The price by Kmart.
The Colts are making a bid to win their first game. They're on 4, but trailing by only 3 in the fourth quarter against Cincinnati. Second quarter, still scoreless, the Cowboys and the Redskins. Here is a delay to Andrews. Andrews, good speed, gets him to the 35-40, and a big first down shy of midfield. Randy Gradishar finally caught up to him and chased him out of bounds.
One thing that made the run very effective. Watch what a great job. He carries the ball away from pressure, and watch the straight arm he makes here. Look at this. He's able to protect himself, and just enough to give him a shot with the right hand to enable him to run to the outside and make a big play on the play.
Right, he shoved Mike Harden out of the way, and then Gradishar caught up to it at the 46 of the Falcons. First down. Kane in the backfield with Andrews. And they give to Lynn Kane, and he came across the 45 for a gain of about 2. 14:40 remaining in the half. 14-7. The Broncos leading, and the Raiders handing it to Seattle 14-0 in the second quarter. Seattle winning the game with a record of 2-2, and the Raiders 3-1. Second down and 9.
Well, the Broncos on defense are 14th totally, but they're 6 against the run and 14 against the pass.
They use that 3-man front, and here is a play stacked up right at the line of scrimmage.
Don Latimer, number 72, does a good job of coming off a block and making the tackle.
Latimer tackles Kane. Latimer, number 72. He's enthusiastic.
Steve Wilson is still playing the right cornerback for Aaron Kyle, and we can kind of look for Atlanta to give him a little business.
Both are former Dallas Cowboys. Third down and 9. As Kane failed to gain anything. Andrews is the lone setback. Dangerous wide receivers for the Falcons. Gronkowski swings it out, and Andrews cannot. It's time for them to punt. You have to lead the ball carrier, but Bartkowski got it out a bit too much in front.
You have to lead him, but you have to throw the ball right out in front of the numbers, about 1.5 yards in front of the numbers. Let the back run into it. That time the back had to reach too far to try to make that catch, and couldn't quite hold on to it.
Here is Dave Smigelski. His average almost 40 yards per kick. He is a rookie out of Virginia Tech. Will he kick it away from Rick Upchurch? He is the deep man inside his 20. The Broncos have the lead, and they're about to get the ball. Denver's showing a big rush, and so Atlanta had to tighten up. And there's a kick to the right side. Upchurch touches it and goes out of bounds with it in the vicinity of the 15-yard line. So the Broncos have a long way to go after the kick by Smigelski. A 39-yard punt, and he kept it away from Upchurch and got it out of bounds. We have 13:21 remaining in the half. 14-7, Denver.
If you never heard a Craco car stereo it play, we're gonna blow you away. And if you never knew that Craco had more features on display, we're gonna blow you away. And if you never saw that Craco had the price you wanna pay, we're gonna blow you away. The point is there's a Craco for beginner or gourmet that's gonna blow you away. And down the road you'll be glad it's a Craco.
Available wherever fine automotive products are sold.
The Cowboys are first to score in their game at Washington, 7-0 in the second quarter, and the Raiders have added to their lead. It's 21-0 second quarter over Seattle. The Broncos are at their 15-yard line. Motion by the tight end Egloff, and a pass play by DeBerg. He hammers it out. It's caught by Watson. Watson comes to the 35, and he's down at the 36-yard line. Steve Watson out of Temple, tackled by Kenny Johnson. DeBerg knew what he wanted to accomplish on that throw.
And he had a lot of time to throw the ball. And here's Watson coming off the line of scrimmage in good shape, under control, comes to the inside. The ball is thrown right at the numbers, a little bit behind. But he makes sure he tucks the ball away, runs over on the left side of the field, and is finally tackled there by Kenny Johnson, number 37.
I thought that Watson was a tall, skinny guy, but he is far from that.
He's got a torso like about a 240-pounder.
6'4", 195. The ball at the 36 for Denver. Motion by Wright, and a give to Parros, and good hitting by the Falcons. Stacks the play up after a gain of 1.5 yards. Rick Parros is the leading rusher and the leading pass receiver going into this game. Fulton Kuykendall made the hit.
Falcons defense 9 totally, 11 against the run, 9 against the pass. They come into the game with 1 interception and 6 sacks.
Denver has had the ball an awful lot, and they've kept that Atlanta defense on the field most of the game to this point. In the first quarter, they had it for more than 10 minutes. And the Broncos have it again. Egloff starts in motion one way, then the other. DeBerg throws right, and Watson had to go off his fingertips. But he figures that he should have held onto that one. Glazebrook was covering along with the linebacker Buddy Curry.
And DeBerg probably figures that he shouldn't have thrown the ball into double coverage that time. He was lucky. He dodged a bullet. That ball could have been intercepted because there were 2 people on Watson on that last play.
Now he is 7 out of 10, and Watson has caught 4 passes. First downs, Denver has compiled 9, Atlanta over 3. Lytle checks in with Will Height into the backfield. And Upchurch comes in as a wide receiver now to the right. Watson to the left. Out of the shotgun. Egloff in motion. And DeBerg has time. Oh, incomplete to Lytle. He doesn't do that very often. Lytle out of Michigan is a journeyman football player, a good one, a plugger. He does everything right, but not that time.
It looked like the ball was a little low that time. He went down to get it, and it looked like it hit his knee and bounced right off of his knee, Jack.
I'd give him an error on that one, wouldn't you?
He needs a baseball glove for that kind of a play. We'll take another look at it from another angle, but it looks like he might have. No, it didn't. It just hit him right in the belly, and it bounced right out.
It's 4th down, and the punter, Prestridge, is kicking the ball to Billy Johnson. Let's see if he keeps it away from him. 11:40 left in the half. Prestridge gets it off to the right side. And a good bounce. Johnson picks it up on the 16. He stepped out of bounds. He stepped out of bounds at the 20. We see both punters working very hard to keep it away from the punt return men who are on display here today. And once again, Nathan Poole was downfield covering for the kicking Denver team. 11 and a half left in the half.
Only from Atari. Made especially for systems from Atari. The video game.
Finals last year in the NCAA tournament, or the Iowa Southern Cal game. And Southern Cal beat Wyoming last night, 56-55.
And Aaron Kyle, number 22, is back in the game at the right cornerback position.
Here's a pass out here to the wide receiver, Alfred Jenkins, and he is knocked down after gaining 5 by Lewis Wright on the corner. There's DeBerg doing some homework along with Dan Reeves on the sideline.
Those are Polaroid pictures they get from the press box. They bring down to the sideline to give you an obvious spacing and formation coverage. There's a great picture of it there. Look at that. tells you exactly where everybody is, and gives the quarterbacks an opportunity, and also the defensive people an opportunity to know exactly where people are.
A 9-yard pickup on that quick out pass to Jenkins. And it's second down. Riggs is in the backfield now with Andrews. 2nd and 1 pass to the other side. And Jackson has this one and a first down. He's across the 35-yard line, covered by Aaron Kyle on the corner. You were talking about them picking on Kyle.
And it didn't take long for them to attack that area once Kyle got back into the game, although that was an innocent pass in front with enough yardage for the first down.
They thought maybe they'd catch Aaron chasing the running play, huh?
Yes, I think so. And the other thing is, I think we can look as we go along for the receivers, Jenkins or Jackson, and try to run right by Aaron Kyle, because a lot of times you can run right by him, but if you don't run by him, he's allowed to be called for pass interference.
Here's Riggs trying to get outside, moves across the 40 out to the 42, got good yards. Lewis Wright tackled him. Riggs is 6'1", 230, the #1 draft pick out of Arizona State, and they love him in Atlanta. Combined with Andrews in their backfield, it's quite a punch.
And talking to Bennett, Lehman Bennett, yesterday, he said definitely, there's a picture of Lehman, he said definitely he would like to play Kane and Riggs about the same amount of time, and they're going to use him more and more as they progress through the course of their season.
They're in the eye now, 2nd down and 5. Now Riggs comes in motion. The ball is at the 43 of Atlanta. Here's Andrews making his cut out to the 45. Shy of a first down. It'll be 3rd down and 2. Jim Ryan, Barney Chavis are the tacklers on the play. It'll be a 3rd down play with 9:10 remaining. Let's watch the defense on the part of Jim Ryan.
Watch Curry, number 50, who didn't practice all week long, and he gets in there and does a good job on the play. I'm sorry, that was Jim Ryan.
Of the Broncos. They both wear the same number.
Yeah.
Right. Now it's 3rd down and 2, and a big defensive effort is called for by the Broncos. Let's see how Bartkowski tries to get it. Through the air, look out! A flag is down. A flag is down as Jim Ryan came blitzing through there and tangled with Bartkowski, but an illegal procedure call comes up against Atlanta. And 5 yards going to be marked off. They have 8:48 remaining in the half. That was before the snap of the ball, so it'll still be 3rd down. It was a false start, and it is 3rd down and 8. Not many penalty flags in the game. There was one there. 3rd and 8. The ball is at the Atlanta 40. 8:48 left in the half, and Denver on top, 14-7.
And they have 5 defensive backs in the game.
Bartkowski over the middle, and it is caught, and that is a first down to midfield. Junior Miller, the tight end, slanting in. We've seen both teams use the same pattern today.
Junior Miller got a good inside release that time. Ball was thrown a little bit behind, but he made the catch, and he's a good one. Came into the game with 11 catches, and here we see a picture of the fine coach, Dan Reeves, of the Denver Broncos.
Tom Jackson, the linebacker, covering, but the tackle made it the Denver 49, first down. First down for Atlanta, so they overcame the penalty. A toss to Riggs. Upfield, look at him blow inside the 45 down to the 44-yard line. Riggs is a 230-pounder they've been looking for, that big back in the Atlanta backfield, and they finally have him. Larry Evans was the tackler, number 56. Good block by Mike Kinn, the offensive tackle on the left side for Atlanta, and he led the play.
And he's big at 6'6", 257, and played his collegiate football at the University of Michigan.
Riggs got 5 yards, 2nd down. Long snap count by Bartkowski. Toss to Riggs again, try it again, and it works again. It's a first down inside the 40-yard line. A little power play over the left side following Pat Howell and Mike Kinn. The center, Jeff Van Note. R.C. Thielman on the right side with Warren Bryant. That tackler was Barney Chavis, number 79. And Riggs, by the way, who just carried the ball the last 2 times, can also catch the ball and fine stuff.
Did you see the way he moved that pile back that time? He's got great leverage.
Ball at the Denver 37, and this is turning into a relentless drive by the Falcons. Race goes off as a flanker now. Bartkowski passes out there to him, and he is hit at the 35. Got about 3 yards on the play, and Aaron Kyle came up and hit him along with Jim Ryan.
And that was a tough catch. It was about knee-high and outside, but he still got down there and picked it off in good shape and maintained possession.
We have 6:25 remaining in the half. The clock is running. Denver's on top 14-7. Gave him 4 yards of progress on that pass play.
This Atlanta has a very fine offensive line, Jack.
Look
Big and strong.
Look where Riggs is lining up now as a wide receiver to the right side.
He was on the left side the last time. Now he's lined up on the right side.
And the running play to Andrews. Andrews stumbled a little bit, still carried to the 30. It'll be 3rd down and 2. Tackled by Don Latimer, number 72.
They like Riggs so much because he is so versatile. They can use him in the backfield and also as a flanker on the outside, which makes it 4 receivers and 1 back in the backfield. But he's very effective and can do a lot of things.
And now we have exactly 5½ minutes left in the half. Andrews has rushed for 43 yards. It's 3rd and 2. Fans hooting and hollering here, trying to get the Broncos to stop him on 3rd down. Bartkowski's going to pass. He is tackled. Ball loss on the play. That is the 2nd sack of the Atlanta quarterback, Randy Gradishar, that time.
Jim Ryan, number 50, was also coming in on the play. He wanted to throw the ball to Junior Miller on the outside, but didn't have a chance to get rid of the football. Watch you see Evans, number 56, blitzing inside. Gradishar, number 53, makes the tackle, but he couldn't get rid of the ball in time to Junior Miller.
Ball is at the 36, and the kicker, Smigelski, is in.
Joe Collier calls the plays, defensive plays for the Denver Broncos, and that time he guessed right.
4:45 left in the half. See a Smigelski doing. They're going to take the 5-yard penalty. You'll drop them further back, and they won't mind that. It'll be delay of game. Stopping the clock with 4:43 left in the half. Randy Gradishar talking to Gene Barth, the referee. They are going to accept the penalty. That'll make it 4th and 14. And now Upchurch goes in. That's one thing that Atlanta did. They took the penalty, but when they took the penalty, they got Upchurch into the game. Maybe that's what they want, huh? They want action. They want some sparks here. 4:43 left in the half. Broncos leading 14-7. They'll get the ball. Smigelski pounds it away from Upchurch, and that's a good idea. Let's see where they mark it down out of bounds. Outside the 20. They mark it down at the 25-yard line. So he kicked to the wrong side of the field, didn't he, Hank? 4:37 left in the half.
We always run faster together. Maybe it's the baton. Maybe it's the way we push each other.
Bring out your best. Budweiser Light. Bring out your best. Budweiser Light. Bring out your best.
The best never comes easy. That's why there's nothing else like it.
Budweiser Light.
4:37 left in the half. The Broncos have the ball. They had to punt the last time they were in possession. And they have it at their own 25-yard line.
You get the impression, Jack, watching this game, that the coaches might have told the kickers to make sure they kick away from Johnson and also Upchurch.
They don't want any returns. Keith Euchre is still playing the left offensive tackle in place of Claudia Minor for the Broncos. They have Paros and Wilhite in the backfield. A first down pass, and he airs it out long. And it is incomplete. He tried to get it downfield for Upchurch. He was trying to fly by Bobby Butler. Butler stayed with him most of the way. The pass a bit overthrown.
Yeah, Butler did a good job of covering on the play, actually.
He had it all out. Here comes Wade Manning into the game. We'll give Upchurch a breather, perhaps. Yeah, he's coming out after that sprint down the field. And Manning goes to the right side.
And Atlanta so far has not been able to put much pressure on the quarterback.
Second down and 10 from their 25.
Here's a
the
blitz.
blitz is on. And the screen. And it's dropped. That play probably would have gone. Tried to screen the ball to Parros, and he tried to turn around and run before he had it. Don Smith was one of the big rushers for Atlanta.
Watch Kuykendall blitzing on the inside along with Curry. They had the right play against the defense, against a blitzing defense, except the ball was thrown poorly behind Parros, and it drops and falls incomplete.
That looked like it would have gone to me.
Had a chance. Yes, it had a chance of being a big play.
Upchurch checks back in. 4:25 left in the half. DeBerg is 7 out of 13 after starting with a very hot hand. 103 yards, 1 touchdown. Watson, Upchurch, and Orlando McDaniel are the 3 wide receivers. 3rd and 10. Out of the shotgun, rushed again. DeBerg does a good job for a while. Now he's sacked. The ball comes loose. Fumble. It belongs to Atlanta. It belongs to Atlanta at the 11-yard line. Mike Perko, number 71, came away with it. The rookie out of Utah State. Doug Rogers put the pressure on another rookie. He's from Stanford, number 77.
Here you see it. DeBerg trying to get away. Goes in the middle area and is finally tackled by Mike Perko, number 71.
Perko comes away with the ball after the hit by Rogers, number 77. 4:17 left in the half. First down at the Denver 11-yard line. So the Broncos have had a couple of fumbles, both by DeBerg, and the fans don't like it here. Listen to him. First down at the 11 and out of the eye. Here's a toss to Riggs. A block by Andrews. Riggs to the 9, maybe to the 8. Larry Evans, the linebacker, tackled him. Steve Wilson helping out in the corner. And in other games around the country in the NFL. As we take a look at Dan Reed, well, Baltimore still hasn't made the grade. They lose to Cincinnati 20-17. And the Bengals are 4-1. And the Raiders are in good shape, 28-0 in the second quarter over Seattle. The ball is at the 8-yard line. Second down and 7. Motion by Hodge.
Well, Jackson 1-on-1.
Pass by Bartkowski. It's wide open. Touchdown to Miller. Junior Miller, the tight end, on an 8-yard touchdown pass. And now the Falcons are only 1 point behind.
Boy, somebody messed up on the coverage that time. Wilson was on the right side. Here we see Bartkowski throwing from the pocket to the left side. Junior Miller is wide open. They really went after the outside receiver on that side, Jenkins, and it enabled the tight end, Junior Miller, to get wide open, and they get a touchdown. 6 more points for Atlanta.
Luckhurst was missed 1 extra point this year. Will attempt to tie it. Both Denver fumbles have been turned into touchdowns by Atlanta, and we have a tie game, 14-all, with 3:35 remaining in the half. Listen to these fans here. They don't like it one bit as DeBerg has fumbled twice, and we're tied.
Hitachi wants your next color television to be your best. So compare for these features. All Hitachi 19-inch color televisions have wood cabinets. Hitachi has signal tracker control. It automatically monitors and corrects the color picture before you see it. And our 10-to-1 limited warranty far exceeds what many others offer. When you compare, the choice is clear. Hitachi, a world leader in technology.
Next weekend on CBS Sports, the NFL excitement continues. Saturday, the perennial battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants. Sunday, more great regional action next weekend on CBS Sports.
Well, next Saturday, we'll be in the Meadowlands in New Jersey. The New York Giants have Rob Carpenter back. He carried 12 times for 49 yards today, and the Giants won their game. The Eagles will be clawing to stay alive. Nobody's out so far. Nobody's been eliminated in this new playoff system. And it didn't take Atlanta very long. 2 plays after recovering the fumble, and it was the 9-yard pass play to Junior Miller. We're tied 14-14 with 3:35 left in the half. And the kickoff by Luckhurst. Wade Manning is deep along with Gerald Wilhite. This one zooms into the end zone, and Manning's going to try. 10, 15. Made a good move, came to the 20. And he blasted down at about the 23-yard line. Glenn Geisen was downfield to make the tackle with Mike Spivey. The Denver Broncos, 17 turnovers have led to 54 points, and it's the same old story for them again. What can a coach do about that, Hank?
There's not much you can do about it. It's funny how it runs in cycles, and it's hard to explain, but it happens. You just have to hang in there tough, and finally, hopefully, you come out of that fog area and start playing like you should.
You better hang on to it here. They're back at their 23-yard line. Steve DeBerg starts Odoms in motion, and he tosses to Parrells. Made a good change of direction, but got very few yards for his efforts.
After all the shifting was done that time, Jim Wright, number 87, the tight end, wound up being a fullback and leading on the lead play from the I formation.
Mike Perko was the tackler for Atlanta. 2nd down and 9. 3 minutes exactly remaining in the half.
So far, 19 plays on first down. Atlanta averages 3.4. On 1st and 10, Denver 8.4.
Harrelson will hide in the backfield. Egloff, the tight end, on the left side. Blitz is on. Curry gets it. Curry was all over DeBerg. He came blowing up the middle and gets a big sack on the Denver quarterback. Kuykendall was also coming with him, but Curry sprung loose.
Watch the anticipation on Curry. It goes right between the gap between the center and the guard and gets through there untouched for the sack. A beautiful play by Buddy Curry, number 50. And we mentioned he didn't practice all week long, but it didn't bother him on that blitz.
That's the 2nd time that DeBerg has been sacked, so he's not having a very snappy day with a couple of fumbles, couple of sacks and fumbles.
Yeah, but he had nothing to do with those sacks, Jack. If they don't block for him, they don't touch a linebacker like they didn't do on that last play. I don't care who's playing quarterback, it's going to be a sack.
3rd and 18. DeBerg took his time, got it out, not enough for a first down beyond the 25-yard line. It'll be time for Denver to punt, and the Atlanta defense is holding forth. The ball was caught by Lytle out of the backfield, and Glazebrook hit him a lick. Now you see we're coming up on the 2-minute warning. And Lytle's not feeling too well as he goes back into the huddle. Berg's not too happy as he comes to the sideline. Ball is marked down at the Denver 25.
He came very close that time to getting a shot from the backside by Jeff Merrill, number 75, who was doing a good job of rushing on the play.
Well, Atlanta is charged with a timeout here. They get a timeout here, plus this is pretty much of a waste, Hank, isn't it? They're going to get another one in 3 seconds. Clock would have stopped anyhow.
Yep, it's hard to figure.
The ball is at the 25. It's 4th down and 7, and it's kicking time for Luke Prestridge. He's out of Baylor. We told you that he hasn't practiced all week, hasn't been able to kick. He's number 11. At the half, we'll join Brent Musburger and Irv Cross, and we'll have scores of the games, lots of finals, and plenty of highlights at halftime on CBS. Billy Johnson is back to get it inside his 35. And we'll have the 2-minute warning after this punt by Luke. Big fellow, 6'4", 235. He hangs it high. And pretty good coverage. And now it's fumbled. And now it is a loose ball. I don't know who in the heck's got it. Denver has it. Denver has it. Dennison, the linebacker, got down there and covered the ball. After Billy Johnson fumbled it. What happened was one of the Denver people ran by him and may have caught his eye.
I think he
lost it.
That's what he did. He lost it in the process. And fumbles recovered by the Denver Broncos. That's exactly what happened, I think, Jack. There you see.
Off his fingertips. And a wild scramble for it. And finally it was Bishop who came away with the football. 1:53 left in the half. We're tied, and the Broncos have a great chance.
Bring out your best.
I wasn't drafted till the 7th round. They don't even know my name.
Bring out your best. Budweiser Light. Bring out your best.
Success never comes easy.
Crowder, huh?
That's why there's nothing else like it.
1:53 remaining in the half. Billy Johnson has just fumbled a punt, and the Broncos have recovered it at the Atlanta 27-yard line. I think Billy Johnson flinched a little bit on that.
I think he did. He was distracted by the player who ran right by him, took his eye off the ball and fumbled it, and Denver has possession. Good field position.
Here's Wilhite trying to get outside. A rushing block by Peros, and Wilhite's inside the 15-yard line with a first down. What a big block by the fullback.
Yeah, Peros made a beautiful block on 23, Bobby Butler, and ran right inside of him. Watch this. Here's Wilhite carrying the ball. Look at the block by Peros on 23. Wilhite runs to the inside, almost fell down, but maintained his balance and finally was knocked down on about the 14-yard line. Beautiful run by Gerald Wilhite.
Pridemore and Glazebrook made the tackle at the 14-yard line. And now Winder is in there, and Wilhite is out. And the pass play by DeBerg. He's in trouble. He throws while being sacked. Incomplete is the call. There's no grounding call. It's incomplete. Mike Perko, who's having a good day off at that Atlanta line, had him in his grasp. Then he tried to get it out to Peros. It was ruled incomplete.
Play action fake. And DeBerg goes to the outside all by himself. They have a sellout on the play. In fact, the lineman pulled to the right the same way, like it's going to be a run. Perko got through there in great shape, number 71, and makes the tackle.
Perko's having a good day for Atlanta. We have 1:06 left in the half. We're tied 14 all. It's 2nd and 10 at the 14 of Atlanta.
The bump and run on the left side.
End zone, incomplete. That could have been, but Wilhite couldn't hang on. Wilhite couldn't hang on with the coverage by Bob Glazebrook, number 36.
I tell you, Glazebrook really did a good job, and in spite of that, why he had a chance to make the catch. We're talking about Wilhite, number 47. Here's the tail end of the play, and there you see Glazebrook gets his hand right into the ball and knocks it down. A beautiful play by Glazebrook, number 36, Bob Glazebrook.
1:01 left in the half. 3rd down and 10 from the 14. Lytle checks in at the backfield. He's number 41. He's a good pass blocker. Berg into the end zone. Incomplete. A valiant effort for the ball by the receiver Wilhite in the end zone. He could have caught that one too. Glazebrook covering once more.
Yeah, it'd have been a sensational catch. But they were hot after DeBerg that time. He had to step into the pocket and throw it over the top. It would have been a sensational catch. He had a chance to make it.
Sure did.
Glazebrook was covering again on the play, but it would have really been a sensational catch.
Well, this second-year kicker, Rich Carlos, is 5 out of 5. This will be a 32-yard try. The ball held by DeBerg. And that guy is perfect. Carlos is 6 out of 6 on the year. Denver regains the lead by 3, 17-14. We have 48 seconds remaining in the half. All of that after the fumbled punt.
He's William Andrews of the Atlanta Falcons, a United Way volunteer for the Epilepsy Foundation here in Atlanta.
How many people in the United States have epilepsy?
There are over 2 million people in the United States alone that have epilepsy. There's 100,000 new cases every year. I'm blessed. My child is healthy and normal. Maybe that's why I felt that I had to help kids like Trey Clark and all the young people who suffer from epilepsy.
We can all make it with love and understanding if you'll just give us a chance.
I wanted to know more, and I wanted to help, so I've worked with these kids. Now, through the work of the Epilepsy Foundation, which is supported in part by your contributions to the United Way, we're reaching new levels of understanding and hope.
Thanks to you, it worked for all of us, the United Way, right? Right!
You can see what's happened when Atlanta's turned the ball over. That's something that's been troubling the Broncos all year, and now Atlanta's caught the turnover fever. 48 seconds left in the half, and Carlos will kick it off. Reggie Brown is the deep man for the visiting Atlanta team. They have a record of 2-2. There's Brown.
Talking about fumbles, Atlanta comes into the game with 7 fumbles and lost 5.
Brown takes it on the 4. 10. Whoa, big hitting downfield. Brother, they were throwing their bodies around down there. And the tackle was made by the linebacker Jackson, number 28. Or the defensive back Jackson. There's some heavy hitting there. Now we have 43 seconds left in the half with Denver leading 17-14. Atlanta has the ball at their 18. And Bartkowski will try to use the remaining 43 seconds. Get close enough for some points. He delays the ball to Andrews. It's across the 20, out to the 23. Tackled by Latimer. And the clock runs down to 30 seconds, and neither side seems anxious to stop it. In fact, if Atlanta doesn't want to snap the ball again, they don't have to do so. The 30-second clock will not catch up to them. There's Dan Reeves. His team's ahead by 3. We're not going to have any more action in the first half, folks. They're going to save their energy for the final 30 minutes. Getting a little cool here in Denver now that the sun has disappeared behind the clouds. Bang goes the gun. Well, the turnovers have helped to tell the story of the first half of this game. And it's been a seesaw battle to this point, and Denver has a 3-point advantage here at the start. It was Atlanta scoring first with Andrews going ahead 7-0. Then Sammy Winder got his first pro touchdown to tie it. 14-7 Denver led at the end of the quarter. And Atlanta caught him again, but then the field goal by Carlos has spelled the difference. Brent Musburger prepared to entertain you at halftime along with Irv Cross. They'll have plenty of scores. Then we'll be back. We'll have some highlights from this game. Lots of finals to report. The Broncos lead by 3 at the half.
You don't have to put up with hotel excuses like the maid, the TV man, or the plumber is gone for the day. Because Holiday Inn gives you this no excuses guarantee. Everything in your room will be right, or we'll make it right. No excuses. Or that night, you stay free. You don't get this guarantee from any other hotel chain. Not one. So, let us take care of you. Holiday Inn gives you a guarantee, not excuses.
Make Radio Shack your telephone company and save money by owning your own phone instead of renting. Radio Shack has an incredible selection of telephone products. Fashion phones, desk and wall phones, feature phones, cordless phones, telephone answering systems, automatic dialers and telephone amplifiers. And they only require simple plug-in installation. It's time you make Radio Shack your telephone company and save.
Canon's AE1 program is impressing a lot of people. For the pro photographer,
it's even more advanced.
And for pro quarterback Joe Theismann,
it's even simpler to use.
No matter how tough the shot, the program mode automatically sets the camera for the best possible photo.
This Canon is super.
The Canon AE1 program. So advanced, it's simple. Canon, the photographic consultant to the National Football League.
Next weekend on CBS Sports, Saturday at noon Eastern, a special edition of the NFL Today, followed by the perennial battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants. Then regional college basketball with USC and Iowa or Houston and Syracuse in 2 strong intersectional matchups. Sunday, stay with the winners as the NFL excitement continues on CBS Sports with great regional action. A weekend of sports excitement here on CBS Sports.
Next week, the Philadelphia Eagles will make that short trip up the New Jersey Turnpike for a Saturday game in Giants Stadium. The Eagles have a couple of scores to settle with New York, a regular season score and a playoff score, for it was the Giants who ruined Philadelphia's season last year.
Every game is an intense, very competitive sort of war.
Turns out to be a very physical battle.
If you come out alive in that game, you can say that you've been through a war.
In the first war, the Eagles crushed the Giants 24-10. Ron Jaworski to Rodney Parker for the score. But then in the second game, the Giants desperately needed a win. Terry Jackson stepped in and intercepted this Ron Jaworski pass and roared into the end zone. And the Giants' playoff hopes were alive.
We were in desperate need of a win at that point. Our playoff hopes looked very dim, and again, we hadn't beaten the Eagles in 12 tries, I guess, over the past few years. And we just went down. That was really my first start as the starter, and I just wanted to have a good game, and it turned out we won and got us rolling onto the playoffs.
Eagles-Giants, round 3. The Giants already lead by 13 when a second kickoff is fumbled by Wally Henry. Defensive back Mark Haynes recovers in the end zone. Scott Bruner carves up the Eagles secondary. This to Tom Mulledy.
They had a very good day offensively against a very talented defense of ours, and that's what's been sticking in my mind throughout the whole offseason.
First thing that comes into my mind when I think about the Giants is that playoff game we lost last year, and one in which was important to us, obviously important to them. First time they've been in the playoffs in a long time.
We felt we gave the ball game away, you know, in the first quarter with the kicking game turnovers and that kind of stuff. And I'd like them, if they are going to beat us more on a physical basis, on a performance of two football teams, rather than just some breakdowns like that.
Another of the bitter memories that stuck with the Eagles during the offseason. Bruner to Missler.
Everybody wants the Eagles now, and the Eagles is a physical team, and we're physical, and we just like to see who's the best out there.
I can't do nothing but smile when I play the Giants, because I know at the ball game that I'm looking to have long hours and long days into the whirlpool and a lot of ice packs on me, because they really hits.
Eagles love to get physical in New York.
Well, I tell you, anytime a club is down, you like to come into New York to beat those clubs in their own backyard because the whole country sees it.
And next Saturday, it'll all start high noon with the NFL Today. Now let's send you back to the stadium and the game you're enjoying on CBS.
We are in Denver, Colorado. Getting a little bit cooler now that the sun has disappeared. The lights are on. The North Glen High School band is entertaining here at halftime, and we have some scores of other games around the National Football League. This game, by the way, was sold out, 75,000 plus. Miami has won over Minnesota. That score 22-14, and the Vikings are 2-3. St. Louis is 3-2 after winning their game at Philadelphia 23-20. They got way ahead. The Eagles came back but fell short by 3. We'll see the Eagles next Saturday trying to come back against the Giants. Tampa Bay has defeated New Orleans. That score 13-10, and Tampa Bay has won their second game. Green Bay continues to impress. They've won their fourth game, beating a tough rival Buffalo 33-21. So the Packers are winners once again, and the Giants had Rob Carpenter back into their lineup today, and they defeated the Houston Oilers by the score of 17-14. And Houston had won 1, lost 4, and they're in a bit of trouble, as all 1 and 4 clubs will be at the end of the day. Pittsburgh defeated Kansas City. Terry Bradshaw had a good day, and the final 35-14 resulted. The Steelers now have won 4, lost 1. The Bears with a win over New England, 26-13. McMahon, the young quarterback out of Brigham Young, had another fine afternoon, 26-13 in favor of the Bears. San Diego got way in front very quickly in their game at Cleveland and won by the score of 30-13. So San Diego now has won 3 and lost 2. Baltimore is still winless, and Cincinnati wins their 4th, 20-17, the final score of that game. When Dallas at halftime is enjoying a 7-0 lead over the undefeated Washington team. The score is 7-0 as Dallas started the day with a record of 3-1. And the Raiders at halftime comfortably ahead of Seattle by the score of 28-7 as the Los Angeles Raiders try to win their 4th game of the year. And here at the half, Denver is leading by 3. The score 17-14 after this word from your local stations.
Sunday on CBS, 100 stars come out to celebrate and pay tribute to Carol Burnett. Join Lucille Ball, Jimmy Stewart, Betty Davis, Tom Selleck, Tim Conway, Burt Reynolds, and more. Musical entertainment, surprises, and laughter. The all-star party for Carol Burnett. Then, it's an all-new Circus of the Stars with Mickey Rooney, Scott Baio, Morgan Fairchild, Brooke Shields, Bob Newhart, and a galaxy of high-flying superstars. It all starts right after 60 minutes. Great moments Sunday.
This is CBS.